What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is a beautiful day today and I'm out at the land again. I'm putting up some trail cameras. I've had just a couple out and I've been slacking, so I gotta get some cameras out. Today it's middle of the day, which is a good time to do it. It's still pretty early in the year, but I would have liked to have had cameras out sooner. But today I'm gonna get a few up. I may try popping a couple mock scrapes today. We'll see, I guess, if I find the right spots for that. See if I can get them going a little bit, and I'll probably pop a couple cameras on those, so that'll be fun. And it'll be kind of my first walk into the land this year, actually, since early spring. I haven't really been in here much, so it'll be good to kind of just eyeball things and take a quick look. And should be pretty minimal impact. There's a little bit of wind today, and it's the middle of the day, so I'll kind of stay out of like bedding areas and stuff like that and just stick to the trails, but it could be pretty good. We'll see what we can find in there. So I'm gonna head up. I gotta head up on top of the ridge and get to some of the spots where I want to drop some cameras. We got a bit of walking to do, but that's okay. I could use exercise. But I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit once I get up to where I'm gonna pop the first camera up. Well, here's a good sign, although it's a really tiny little rub. Still nice to see some fresh stuff, a little bit of fresh buck sign. Also looks like I don't know if he was kind of making a scrape on the ground here or what, but looks like a little bit, or at least paw on the ground when he was hitting that rub. Kind of cool, kind of looks pretty fresh. Leaves have been dropping like crazy here, and there's not much leaf litter in here, so it must be pretty fresh, but that's cool. I'm still working my way up to where I want to pop my first camera. Kind of a grind. Ooh, it's a little bit warm today too, but keep on moving. The woods is thinning out, and like I said, with the leaves dropping, it's getting me pretty excited to start bow hunting. Typically I don't really get going until about the beginning of October, so I don't feel too late on the hunting, but certainly if I would have had a big one pattern, I would have went out right away last couple weeks. But you can hear the neighbors kind of sighting in guns today too, I think, so I don't feel too bad about walking around in here and popping up some cameras. But yeah, I'm gonna keep moving. All right, well, I got to my first spot where I usually like to put a camera up and hit a mock scrape, and I see there's a scrape here already. It looks like they've been working this up real recently, and you know, busted some brush and rubbed this up a little bit here, which usually they haven't hit. And in the past, I like to put a camera on this tree and then make a mock scrape here, which they just go crazy with. This tree's usually killer. I mean, they'll make giant scrapes in here once I open up a mock. But it looks like this year, for whatever reason, these limbs are hanging too low. A lot of them, the lower ones, died on it, and they're just hanging down too far. So I may trim those up a little bit, just shorten them up so that they're about the right height, and then start a scrape there. Or I'll try to see if I can get a camera on this tree. One of the problems I have is I did not make any more of those DIY stakes for trail cam mounts, and I've just been meaning to do it, and I haven't gotten over to pick up the stakes again. So that's kind of a bummer. I may just pop one up now, and then when I get the stakes made, come back and swap it out. It'd be nice right here to be able to put one of those stakes, because I could pretty much pick anywhere I want. This used to be a little tiny micro food plot, and this year we just mowed it down so we can keep it open for next year. Hopefully I can get it planted. But I'm going to try to figure out a spot here to put the camera, and then I'll show you guys where I put it. Alright, so I cleaned up some of those low-hanging branches. I cut a few off. Luckily I had my little saw with me. Cleaned some of that stuff up so it doesn't get in the camera's way. And then out here, all I did, these seemed to just slightly high, so I just took my hand and busted that back. You know, I know it leaves a little bit of human scent, but you know, down in this farm area, I don't feel like they're super afraid of a little bit of scent. And certainly by the time probably that they're going to be coming in here to hit the scrape, hopefully most of that scent's kind of dissipated. I don't know. I've never had too much problem with something like that. I do like to wear gloves if at all possible, and certainly use scent control when I'm hunting as much as I can, but also play the wind well. But I think I'm going to try this, and then now my next step is, since we've already mowed here, is good. Typically I like it where it's mowed Otherwise, you really have to do a lot of work knocking down the weeds. They just don't seem like they find the scrapes and use them that much if it's really tall weeds. I've heard that, you know, it's difficult for them to see them, and they don't like making them in the tall weeds. So luckily we just got this mowed down. I'm just gonna find a stick and just grab one end of it, and all I'm gonna do is just start scraping all the leaves, debris, grass, stuff, and get it down to bare dirt and really work that dirt up. The last step that I'll talk about is what I've been doing lately is I'll urinate in the scrape. And I don't know, I always thought people were crazy when they'd say they did that. I don't know that it does anything, but if nothing else, it probably works the dirt up, gets a little bit more moist, and maybe it, you know, leaves a little bit of scent of some sort of urine there. I've heard that after it urines out of the body, after just a little short period, it's really indistinguishable from other types of urine. So I don't know if it makes a difference, but I've done it in the past, and it seems like I've had good success. They'll start using those scrapes almost immediately. So I'm going to try that and get the scrape all doctored up, and then I'll hang the camera and we'll take a look at it. So here's the whole setup. Got the camera over there. It's one of my old Cuddybacks, but it's old, reliable. It seems to work pretty well. Pictures aren't the greatest, but it does the trick. Got that set up back there. Got it all aimed right. And then here's the scrape. Just took it right down to dirt as much as I could. Worked it up really well with a big stick, and then urinated in it when I was done. And so it's kind of, hopefully they can smell that fresh dirt and everything kind of worked up and come and hit it. I've got the licking branch all set. It's about the right height, and should be good. Hopefully they hit this. In the past they have made scrapes under this, and I've used mock scrapes on the same tree. So I think that probably helps a little bit. I think they're kind of familiar with where this, you know, are familiar with using this as a scrape tree, but I think that should do the trick. We'll keep an eye on it. I'll come back in a week or so and check these pictures and see if it's working, maybe freshen this up if they're not really hitting it, and go from there. Let's go on to the next one. I got a couple more cameras to put out, so we'll keep moving. So we recently mowed the trails, but some of these bushes are hanging over, and I grabbed onto this guy to move it, and I don't know if you can see that thorn, but that's not very pleasant. It's all over. I don't know if this is like a locust or a honeysuckle or what it is, but it's gonna get moved out of the way. Ooh, some of this stuff will tear you up. But yeah, kind of nasty. You can see it. We need to do some more trail maintenance other than mowing it. It's just kind of growing shut again. I typically come through with a pruner and just lop all this stuff back. But I'm gonna keep on moving to the next trail cam spot. I apologize for the wind. It's a little bit windy down here, but this is my last setup for the day. I've got a couple more cameras I want to get up, but I'm just kind of running out of time. It's getting a little late, and we've got a wedding to go to today. But basically the same setup as before. I cleaned out a spot here and really tore it up real good with a stick. This was pretty loose soil, so it was not too bad. There are a few stubs of stuff, goldenrod and things sticking up, so I don't know how big of a deal that'll be. Also snapped off a licking branch kind of and let it hang down. It's a good green branch, so it should hang there for a while. We'll see. I'm sure they'll kind of tear it up a little bit. And then I just popped a Primos Truth Cam up on that tree there. I'm not 100% thrilled with the setup. I wish I would have made some more of those mounts, but I think it'll be far enough away there where I can still get some decent enough pictures and not be too far away where it doesn't trigger. I did think about popping it on one of these other trees right here, but I think that'd just be a little bit too far to get good pictures. So I'll try this, and we'll see. We'll leave it a week and come back and check it out and see if it's working or not. Did get everything going, urinated in the scrape. That should be good, I think, and we'll see how it works. I'm gonna get out of here. This is a food plot. I think I've showed you guys this before in a couple videos, but we had clover in here and it was really good a couple years ago. Last year was mediocre, and then this year we just never got it mowed and stuff, and there's pretty much no clover. Just on that end up there, there's a little bit. So next year it's a full redo on this. I'd like to clean some of these trees out too and maybe make it a little bit bigger. Actually make it a lot bigger if I could, but we'll see about that. If nothing else, I'll still at least get it planted with something. But for now, I'm just gonna pop a scrape in. It is kind of a travel corridor. They travel between a cornfield up that way and one right down here, just across the property line. So it works pretty good, but we'll see. Hopefully pick something up on here and see what we can get. I'll show you guys the videos or the pictures once I do, and we'll take a look at it. I'm kind of excited. I got to get out hunting now, but I think that said, that's gonna do it for today. I'm gonna head home and get ready for that wedding. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you at least see what I'm doing to make some mock scrapes. I'm not saying it's right or even close to good, but I've had good success with it in the past. It's worked well here. So hopefully it helps a little bit. If nothing else, maybe we can get a good laugh at how I do it. But if you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up. I'll catch you guys soon with another one coming up. Take care. Have a great day.